You have just tuned into the Drop Zone. Drop Zone.
With your host, Felicia Shaw, owner and CEO of The Support Room, and David Wilborn, owner and CEO of D&L Security. Hunker down and get ready for a great drop.
Hey, everybody, it's your girl Felicia Shaw, and you have just tuned in to the Drop Zone. Yep, it's your number one podcast in the land. I'm joined to the left of me by none other than my right hand, Mr. Ooh Yeah himself. What's happening, Dave?
Ooh Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Doggone allergy season.
I didn't mean to laugh. You want to try it again?
Yeah, okay, do it one more time.
It's none other than Mr. Ooh Yeah himself. What's happening, Dave?
Ooh Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. We up
you
there.
Had to tighten
We
up
up
to
there.
get that
We
one
had
out.
to tighten up my cheeks. Slide up. Whoa.
Listen, y'all, to the right of me is our other co-host, is Mr. Funny Man himself, Malachi Lee.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, Mal?
Call me Mr. What Up, though.
It's Mr. What Up,
I
though.
don't need no effort for that, man. You said you got to tighten up your cheeks?
Yeah, man, I had to get up and hit that note. You know
Oh,
about
my gosh.
we got a singer. She knows you should tell you tighten
Listen.
up your diaphragm and squeeze your cheeks. Hit that high note.
I don't know
saw
about that
all
cheek.
your stomach muscles tighten up. I was like, oh, my God. He is really trying to push that note out.
Yeah, he did.
Listen, guys, we've got a hot show in store for you today. It is identifying toxic relationships. Identifying toxic relationships.
Yeah, that's
it's going to
good.
get real hot up in here, real juicy up in here in just a little while, because some of us are in relationships we don't even realize are toxic.
Ooh, wee.
Yeah,
Woo!
right.
But before we get going, y'all know, as always, we got some stuff on the calendar. We need you to get ready. Pull your calendars out and get ready to save the dates. What we got going on, Dave?
Listen, we got some stuff coming. Please make sure you put this on your calendar. Listen, July 23rd. That's July. 23. That's 8-23-2022. Make sure you log on to dlsecurity.org for your next CPL class, because it's going to be a blast when I tell you it's coming, and it's coming so strong. Listen, y'all slow into registering. I had like 8 people email me, said they was going to register, but they didn't register. Listen, don't take all day to register, because then what happens is it be all y'all in the class at the same time. And sometimes somebody get left out, and then we have like standing room only like we did last time.
Yeah, especially if you got a group coming.
Yeah, so make sure you go ahead and register. Don't talk about it, be about it. Show up and learn how to be an educated gun carrier.
Yeah.
Educated gun carrier. Listen, on top of that, Malachi Lee's going to shout out something that's going on with our good friend, good comedian friend. Go ahead and tell him what's going on at the Redford Theater.
Yeah, July 30th at the Redford Theater, Mike Larry, my comedy coach, is shooting his one-man special at the Redford Theater.
Yeah.
It don't get no better than that. And the VIP tickets are already sold out.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, Mike
Already
Larry was
sold.
on our show just recently. He
Yes.
is a whole situation.
Yes.
All by himself. And then he's mentoring other young comedians out there. So it's going to be bananas.
Yep.
Listen, y'all already got 2 dates to save. You got the gun class, the CPL training class coming up, and then you have a good comedy show coming up. But then on Monday, every single Monday, Every Monday, we want you guys to meet us at our training facility in Southfield for the Support Room. The Support Room hosts a culmination of small support groups geared to help people cope with trauma. This past week was ridiculous. I mean, they're getting better and better and better.
Betterer.
What's it called?
Betterer.
They're getting betterer. So we talked about this same topic in the support room, and we had a number of people there. We had some representatives from the LGBTQ community and some that were not from the community. We had a young lady that was on via virtual that was very interactive as well. And it was really good. That's the place where you can come and open up and talk about what you're going through. We dealt with toxic relationships, and it is a serious, serious thing. I cannot wait to get into this topic today. Before we do so, though, we got to give a shout out to our sponsors. Who we got there?
We got some people. WCVG.
The Voice.
The Voice. 103.
0.9. Listen, our engineer just dropping it.
WCVG 103.9 and 1320 AM, Cincinnati, Kentucky. We love you. Thank you for listening and loving on the Drop Zone. We got City Buzz Radio, citybuzz.com. Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you for loving on the Drop Zone. We love you back. Also, last but not least, RTN, Raymond International Church Television Network. We coming. 2 point. I'm coming. Listen, we all coming. I promise you, we gonna be there. We gonna knock it out the park. We talking 3.9 million. We gonna be in your face because we are made for the TV.
He hit that note. He know.
Yeah.
Did you come back with the harmony?
Yeah, I like that.
They crazy up in here, y'all. Listen, make sure if you want to be a sponsor of the Drop Zone, just hit us up. Go right over to Facebook or to simplypodcasting.com. We are on Facebook and very active on Facebook. You can drop us an inbox and let us know you're interested in becoming a sponsor. You can also visit dnlsecurity.org.
Please.
Or you can go to www.thesupportroom.org and go ahead and send in that contact info, and we'll get you out everything you need to become a sponsor. We're doing great things, okay? The Drop Zone was created to aid and assist men, women, and children of domestic violence and sexual assault. And we do just that. Don't you guys know that if the person next to you had somebody they could talk to, they could help, a place to release and someone to relate to what they're going through, we may not have so many shootings, so many killings, and so many senseless acts of crime. Do you believe that?
That is true.
All right. So we're going to get right into it because this topic right here is going to take up some stuff. My engineer, Dro, he's over here on the ones and twos, y'all. He's getting some stuff together for us. Tell him what's up, Dro.
Hey. What up, though?
Right, what up, though?
He's getting some stuff together, y'all. We working them
before
today.
before we get into the
Yes.
topic, let me just real quick brag on our other hosts here at the show. Listen, y'all go download Tubi. Okay, if you don't already have it, go get it.
Go get it.
Take you about 2-3 seconds to find it. Click download, right? Mm-hmm. Check out the movie, Who You With.
Who you with?
Who You With.
It was so good.
My man, our main man, Malachi Lee, is the lead in the listen, when I tell you he killed. When I tell you he killed it.
KILT.
I watched the movie I went in with all expectations to hate. I'm gonna come back and be like, hey dog, listen.
Like we gonna have to talk to Mal about
First
this.
of all, what you did, you should have did this, right? You should have went left, but you turned right. Mm-hmm. When I tell you my nailed it.
Yes,
I
he
mean,
did.
it was excellent. It was an excellent movie along with my man got some chops. Please make sure y'all go to Tubi.
Yes.
And the movie is called Who You With. Make sure you check it out.
Thank you.
Then come back and give him some love. Come back on the next show and drop some love in the comments for him. He's doing big things out there. We support him 1,000%. 1,000%.
And I appreciate y'all. It feels good too to not be able to receive that hate because you know what I'm saying. The work's so good. You understand? Yeah. It's so funny because my older brother is a tough critic as well.
Yeah.
And he came to my first comedy show he came to of mine. He said the same thing. He was like, man, I was ready to not laugh. He was like, but I couldn't. You was so funny. I was like, yes.
So good. I watched it twice already, y'all.
Wow.
It was so good. And it's one of those ones you can be proud because he's right here repping your city.
Yep, in the city.
Repping your city. So go ahead and show some love. Don't hate. Don't hate. All right, y'all. Y'all ready to get into this?
I'm ready. I'm always ready to start
Because I
something.
know it's going to be some crazy. Uh-oh, see there? My hand's getting nervous already. It's going to be some crazy feedback on this one. Hey, Dro, go ahead and put the phone number up for him because if you guys want to call in and get interactive, you can definitely do so. Or you can go right on over to simplypodcasting.com where you can see us, as my partner say, in all of our hoopla.
That's right.
So you can see everybody on at the same time.
The drops are on Facebook.
Yeah, because when you...
All right, so it's gonna be real good. Joe, kick those numbers to me one time so we can let them know where they can call in.
Oh, it's 313
266
2811.
2811 313 266 2811.
We ain't got nothing on the screen. We just hollering out numbers.
I thought you said it. So that's pretty much how we doing it today, okay? That's how it's going down.
313. What is
Yep.
it again? 266.
Yep. 2811.
2811. 2811.
Let me get a
My
double
partner's
cheese.
gonna drop it.
What kind of fries you want?
Gonna drop
With
it
the
in the
curly
feed.
fries. What kind of drink? And a large lemonade.
Man, you making me hungry. All right, so listen, y'all. We're talking about toxic relationships. We're talking about toxic relationships. So I want to share some with you guys that, many relationships, people that are in relationships oftentimes don't even realize that their relationships are even toxic because such toxicity has become the norm.
Yes.
And amongst certain cultures, sometimes it's a way for people to feel like the other person cares. And so they accept the stuff in the relationship that they should be dismissing. Be careful when you enter into a relationship. And we're going to get right into these things. I want you guys to jump right in and ask your questions, give us feedback as the flower sit between these two young men giving this information, okay? And you're going to hear different perspectives, I'm sure, but we're going to let the facts stand as the facts, okay? So let's talk about several types of abuse out there. You guys tell me what some forms of abuse that you know of in relationships.
Emotional, physical,
Verbal.
Verbal. That's it.
Big.
financial abuse.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else we got? We missing one real good one.
Sexual.
That's it. Sexual abuse. So
You gotta say it like that too. Sexual
abuse. That don't even sound right
not
together.
not the second part.
Yeah. So two of the, or rather several of the most common forms of abuse is going to be physical, verbal, emotional, sexual, and mental, which is a very, very serious one. All right. And so these things, if you're seeing signs of these things in your relationship, know these are red flags. It is unhealthy. So let's get into this. This really shouldn't require much of an explanation, that these things are unhealthy. But unfortunately, in the day and time we live in, it's become more and more acceptable. All right. Physical abuse, even one time, is unhealthy. One time is unhealthy. Okay. Now, we don't want to mistake. Let's say you and your mate get into an argument and you both exchange fiery words and you're going, he verbally abuses me. He verbally abuses me. If there has been a consistency or there has been a repetition of certain behaviors, this can now start to become the possibility of you being in a toxic relationship because the first thing you need to do is if something like this is transpiring, you need to be vocal about it. And you need to let them know, hey, I don't like it when you call me out of my name.
Right.
Okay. And then if you are going to bring it up and it's something that you do not like or accept that is not pleasing to you in that relationship, and you let your significant other know that this is unacceptable, there also has to be a repercussion if it's done again. Okay. So this is called boundaries. You have to set boundaries. Okay. And then if those things transpire again, you have to let them know up front, hey, the next time you call me out of my name, I'm going to ask you to leave my house. Okay?
What if they stay with you?
Marriage, we'll deal with marriage.
Okay.
We're going to deal with marriage because there's some different things involved in marriage, but still, even in marriage, you have to be vocal and let the individuals know.
So you got to put them in time out.
Behavior is unacceptable.
So you got to put them in time out if they do it.
Well, these are grown people.
But you said
Time out is for kids. Time out is for kids, okay? And that's the problem right now, that adults are acting like kids.
Consequences and
Hey, there has to be. Well, that's life.
Circumstances.
Life is cause and effect, right?
True. It is. So in that, with that being said, okay, with that being said, so let's say, for instance, if that happens, what would you consider, or what would we consider? I'm gonna say what we consider toxic. See, toxic to us is somebody else's lifestyle. You see, so whereas you, me, Mal, somebody else, Dro, the cussing, the swearing, the throwing stuff, in an argument, you know, whatever it may be, to us that's toxic. We ain't trying to be involved in none of that. You know what I'm saying? But to somebody else, this is just how they get down. This is just what they do. And they probably wouldn't have it no other way.
What'd you say to that, Mal?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, DC.
It's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Would you finish?
Because you see, we've all seen it in some type of walk of life where I know we do this, but I love him. I love he.
I love he.
I love he. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going nowhere. And then and I know as a woman that's seasoned, I ain't mean to call her old, but seasoned. I'm sure. I'm right. I'm sure you've heard. Yeah, I love him so much. This is just what we do. This is how we get down. He ain't going nowhere, and I ain't going nowhere.
Well, did you want to add before I bring this out a little bit more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so let's define a toxic relationship.
Okay.
Because in everything you do or you seek to accomplish, you have to have something to measure it by. You have to have something that kind of identifies what it is or what it is not. So a toxic relationship is one that makes you feel unsupported, misunderstood, demeaned, or attacked. Okay?
Say it again.
Unsupported, misunderstood,
okay,
demeaned, or attacked. Okay?
Okay. Sounds
That's
good.
just on a basic level, a relationship that makes you feel worse than better is one that really can even become more toxic over time.
Okay.
Okay? So
Is that something that they can look up?
yes.
Okay.
They can find a lot of tools and resources and information you can find. You can go to psychology websites. You can go to relationship websites. You can go to there's a website called, it's www.wellmind.com. verywellmind.com. Okay, verywellmind.com. So that'll help you understand and identify what a toxic relationship is. But here's the thing. As we mentioned before, this is a different generation that we live in, where some things people go along every day, just riding along slow, calling friends and their daughters the B word, come here, B. Oh, that's my girl. That's my B. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that stuff is not healthy. That's not good.
That's a term of endearment now.
It has become a term of endearment.
Yeah,
it has become a term of endearment. So when it's said in a relationship form, you answer to it when we're not arguing. But when we're arguing, it's offensive.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So where's your moral standard?
Right.
And where's your boundary? Go ahead.
I don't think they are. I don't think there is any boundaries no more.
Yeah.
This is concerning.
So okay, so let's I'm about to make up
Okay.
a percentage. This is nothing that I looked up yet, but I'm sure if I did, I'll be correct. So let's say
Nice rhyme.
So let's say the generation age from 18 to 27.
I'm 27. Okay.
Sorry, sir. Is is that with the exception of a few, but the average 18 to 28 year olds, this is their reality, that toxicity, if you will, of relationships. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of the young people are driven by social media and what they see. Like, social media rules. Like, social media just runs everything.
It's become people's reality.
Exactly. So an older generation such as yourself and myself.
Strike two.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's both of y'all. Why you trying to play?
Right.
Wait a minute.
We use social media, and this is just fake percentages. This is nothing I looked up. We use social media for different things. Social media is not our reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody could say something about you or myself on social media. We look at it, laugh, and delete and going on about our business. You know what I'm saying? On the negative part, I'm saying.
Right.
But the younger generation, they ready to go find them, fight, respond back. You know, because like you said, their social media becomes their reality.
Yeah, and they have online beef. You know what I'm saying? Online fights.
Right.
How you fight online?
Right.
Okay. Basically word fighting. Okay. But listen, a lot of toxic relationships, and we're talking about we're talking about any form of relationship, romantic relationship, friend relationship, family relationship, business relationships.
Right.
Okay. A lot of these things, these small nuggets can lead to things becoming more volatile. Now, I'm going to talk from the standpoint of a romantic relationship. I don't care what it is, if it's heterosexual, bisexual, whatever sexual. Okay. If you allow certain things to transpire in that relationship, I always tell people it's the end result that you don't want to see in the beginning. So in the beginning, if I see certain behavior, then the end result to this can be, okay, if he's yelling and screaming at me now, he may get comfortable enough to punch me. He may get punched. Let me just share some statistics, some real statistics with you guys real quick, okay? An average of 24 people per minute are victims of either rape or physical violence or stalking by an intimate partner. This is in the United States. More than 12 million women and men over the course of this single year alone. Nearly 3 in 10 women, that's 29%, and 1 in 10 men, which is 10% in the U.S., have experienced physical violence and stalking by a partner. Isn't this crazy?
Yeah, that's something
This
else.
is norm. This is becoming a norm. So,
You said once every 24 minutes?
yes, in the United States, just under 15% of women and 4% of men in the U.S. have been injured as a result of an intimate partner's violence. That included rape, physical violence, and or stalking by that intimate partner. We have a problem.
That's a major problem.
Big problem.
We have a problem. Toxic. So why do I say this is a problem? Because oftentimes a toxic relationship, in order to call it a relationship, it has to have gone on for a period of time. Because if it's just an introduction of a person and you realize that this person has some issues, then you sever that. You go on and you don't involve anymore. But people are staying in relationships and they are allowing it to become more and more toxic without leaving or getting some form of help. So that's really, really, really concerning.
That's very concerning.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, like you said, they get past that stage and we don't really believe people when they show us who they are. You know, so it's like you kind of ignore those signs.
Yeah.
You gotta pay attention to them signs. Write them signs down
Yeah,
on
for
a
real.
Blues Clues pad. Like,
Yeah.
hold on.
Blues Clues, I remember that. Maya Angelou said this, when a person shows you who they are, believe them.
You gotta believe them.
But what do? We make excuses, right?
Yeah, nah, they ain't like that.
They didn't mean to do that.
It wasn't.
They didn't mean to say that.
It was just Thursday.
He was tired. She was tired.
He was hungry.
Okay.
But how much of it? And this is just our opinion. Mm-hmm. How much of it do you think is really love? Like, I mean, honestly. So, take for instance, and then when we talk about this, I'm gonna jump into something else real quick.
Yeah.
So, say for instance, you have a relationship, like you said, whether it's heterosexual, whatever sexual, whatever. He hits her, she hits her, with whoever gets hit, right? Mm-hmm. And let's say it's a few times. It's not just one, it's a few times, Mm-hmm. But they stay. Do you really think they stay out of love and forgive out of love? Or is it fear?
I believe. Go ahead, Mel. Did you want to jump
actually,
in?
one of my friends commented. She said some people don't know their worth, and maybe in situations they might feel that that's all they have. Mm-hmm. And I totally agree. A lot of people don't. First of all, it comes from a toxic environment that they grew up in. They saw it and they just felt it was okay. So when you see something and you feel like it's your norm or it's okay or you've heard about it, you're not going to think it's a problem. It's like, okay, well, this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not really knowing there's a world out there that you can live and love and joy and peace,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He asked the question, how much of this is love and how much of it is fear. Mm-hmm. People get into relationships for a reason.
Yeah.
There is always a why, a reason. And I guarantee you, if the world would be honest, the first reason is never love. It's, I felt like he could be a good provider. I felt like I was really lonely. He was my best friend. He was the person my parents really liked. Whatever it is, it may develop into love.
Okay.
But that first connection
is not love.
A lot of times is not love at first sight. Was not love. Why we're talking about why they entered into a relationship.
Right.
Okay. Some people enter into a relationship and a committed relationship off the rip. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even given you a trial period.
Right.
All of a sudden you staking claims and making ownership.
Yeah.
That's mine, I'm yours. And we met on, what is it? ChristianMingle.com.
Tinder,
and we ain't even seen each other yet.
Yeah,
okay.
we move so fast. The society is so microwave. That's what it is. And we want everything fast, instant gratification. Social media gives us instant gratification. So when we get in these situationships, relationships, whatever it's called, you feel something off the first night. Yeah, anybody can make you feel good on one night. So you take that one night and be like, oh man, I know what I felt. And
I know what I felt.
I know my body.
Yeah, I know my body. It just ooh-ee. Would you say
can lead you the wrong way? He said, ooh yeah.
Yeah. So you feel this gratification, and I've had that. I meet women and hit it off that first night, you know what I'm saying? And just the energy I didn't do nothing with them, but it's just, you feel the energy. But that's fake, man. Because if it can't sustain, you can't maintain. You feel me?
It's crazy because...
Say it again.
If you can't sustain, you can't maintain. I think that's the same thing.
Joe was on time with that one. He was on time. It's crazy because... a lot of people, when they meet, they bypass the opportunity or they forego or forfeit the opportunity to gather data. And that is what dating is.
Yeah.
It's gathering data. They forfeit and forego the opportunity to do one of the wisest things they can ever do, and that is interview, ask questions, pay attention. When I use this next word, I don't mean it as stalking, but investigate. Do your research on a person. You know what I'm saying? Do your research. And when I meet a person, whether I'm getting ready to go in business with them or they're showing interest and they come and tell you, yeah, I actually own 50% of Chrysler. and you just gonna take it, girl. He owned 50% of Chrysler. You know what I'm saying? He got stocks and bonds.
But I stay with my mama because my house, this is what happened. See, my house burnt down, right? Mm-hmm. And then I put it back up, right? But then I had to move in with my mama because you know how they.
And he taking care of his mama now. Right. He taking care of his mom, and every time you call his phone and it says the cellular customer you're trying to reach, you know, he can't even keep his phone on. Right, and so you don't gather data. You just take it at face value, and you have to stop doing that because this is your life. Mm-hmm. And if it starts out dishonest, it's going to be dishonest. Mm-hmm. It's going to be like that throughout the term. Okay, so when people show you who they are, believe them. Do the research. Gather the you said you've worked for as a manager of Burger King for 7 years, and you know you're getting ready to become general manager. Oh, which location? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, you're going to be in the one in Highland Park. Oh, okay, I understand. Yep. So how often are you there? Oh, if I go in and mention your name, they'll know you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Let people know I'm not some chicken head just sitting around gonna believe everything you say. Mm-hmm. And so do the research, gather the data, find out what their plans are, where they want to be in the next few years. Mm-hmm. If it don't match with what you want, and there's that initial sexual chemistry, then you're going to have to determine whether you want to keep your hormones and your chemistry under control, or you just going to go ahead and do this one night stand and let him go on about his business. Right.
Because that's okay. Yeah. Come on, somebody. Because that's okay too.
He said,
because that's okay too. Yeah. But there's a price to pay for every decision you make. It is
true. Very true.
There's a price to pay. Nothing is free. Nah. And so you have to make sure that you're guarding your life from anything that's demeaning, toxic, unhealthy, every single day, every single moment. You only get one of these. Mm-hmm. You only get one shot at this. When today is gone, you cannot get today back. You got to go ahead and get tomorrow ready. Wow. Okay?
That's true.
You can't get it back. And so you lose 5, 10, 20 years in a toxic relationship. And when you get ready, somebody comes along that is healthy. Now you're too busy trying to get through the trauma that you've endured. So let's go on to the next one. I told y'all this gets real, real good. So, Joe, do we have number 2? Yep. Okay, let's put number 2 up. We've got constant control and monitoring. If your partner is ritually trying to look through your phone, mail, email accounts, social media accounts, even your receipts, there needs to be some serious discussion about proper levels of openness and privacy. If you are married, this is somewhat of a different thing. So let's hit the latter first. If you're married, the objective is for two to become one. Mm-hmm. So a level of openness should be always in a marriage. My husband should be able to pick up my phone. He should be able to do this. If there is suspicion of infidelity that brings about or breeds distrust, then you have to deal with the root cause of the issue. The issue isn't him picking up your phone or her looking through your phone. The issue is the distrust. And we've got to deal with the issue, because I should always be able to be open, transparent, and vulnerable with my mate, my husband or my wife. Now, if you are dating, there should be some restriction to this. Nobody should have access to all of your everything, and they are not your husband or your wife. Mm-hmm. But this is a part of this generation's problem, and a lot of things that people go through is we play married. That's why we never get married. Mm-hmm. We play married, and we treat relationships as if we are we've had the ceremony and the wedding, and all our friends and family then came, and we single. So we have become professional girlfriends and boyfriends, and so there is no long-term commitment. There's nothing, but you're giving him, you're giving her all of the benefits. So when you get married, there's nothing new to give.
Wow. Dang. It's quiet in here, ain't it?
I know, man. So everything she said is factual.
Facts.
But I think we were talking in the support room, I said some things are just what they are. It's like the circle of life. Like everything that she just said is facts. Mm-hmm. But is it going to change? Nope. because
people won't change.
Because somebody's going to meet somebody that they're going to like, right? And it's going to be like, because it's going to be like, oh, I like her, I like him. Oh, wow, he got a good job, or wow, she can handle business, or, you know, whatever the positivity is, you know. Mm-hmm. And then it's going to be one thing that's going to lead to another. You know, hey, I need help with my, you know, phone bill. Could you help me out? Whatever. Okay, yeah, here you go, baby. You know, next thing you know, he at the crib with his shoes off, and he you know, he got your robe on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, with his feet up watching TV, and it's just
your robe on.
And you know what I'm saying. What I'm saying, and then people, they get comfortable. Mm-hmm. In that life, mm-hmm. and like my partner still said, you're still single. Mm-hmm. No discussion was ever had. I think we had some people on here before. You know, they talked about that. You just started assuming things.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. There was never a discussion. What only thing that happened was you all got comfortable with the circle of life, or what your circle of life was for that relationship at the time. And you just got comfortable with it, and you just went with it until something happens. And it was like, hey, I didn't say that.
Boom effect.
Right. I ain't tell you that. What you mean?
I gotta
do what?
Yeah. yeah.
Somebody asked a question on my live here. She said, okay, so quick question. As a girlfriend, so she's a girlfriend, what are you not supposed to do so you won't be considered a professional girlfriend?
So
professional.
So number one,
got a degree in girlfriend.
You don't go into.
I didn't graduate from.
Got a bachelor's.
My partner said you got a degree in girlfriend. So here's the main thing: you don't go into a relationship with expectation. Okay, you don't go in with expectation. This is where you have the conversation. You talk with your partner or your mate, and you have to develop agreements. Remember, relationships are partnerships. And would you sit down with a business partner and give them access to your $1 million bank account without having a conversation? No, you would not do that.
Or
so you don't number one, you don't give all access. You don't give all access to anybody. Okay? Nobody gets all access but the Lord. Okay? Because people have to prove that they're credible. People have to prove that they're trustworthy. They have to prove. And when you never make a person prove anything to you, I'm not saying you're doing that in a way that's mistreating a person. Oh, you just got to prove to me. But yes, you do have to prove to me, because what you're getting from me, I've invested all my life in making great. You're getting a good thing. Yeah. The Bible says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Now listen, a wife is a wife before she gets married. It's not the exchange of vows that make you a wife. So you can be single and be a wife. He said, he that findeth a wife. Okay? So there's certain things that you have to have in order yourself. We mentioned this in the Malachi, his hands.
I know, right?
We mentioned
this in the
support room. We mentioned this in the support room. You don't date a guy because he will do this for you, and he will do that for you, and he buys this and he buys that, and he pays my phone bill, but you certainly take note that he can do. Okay. So that if you all move to the next level, you want to know, okay, he's got his ducks in order, he's got his business orders in a row, and he's got everything together, so that I know he'll be a good manager of money. I know that he can do that. I know that he can protect me, and he can protect our home and our children. I know that he can. I'm not leaning on him to pay for anything, because I bring my own stuff to the table. And a lot of young women look for guys because of what they will do for them. What they will do. So they accept a lot. He paid my bills, so I can't leave. I ain't gonna leave him because he hit me this time. Because my light bill, my phone bill, everything is in his name. Get it in your name. Pay your own bills. Get up and get your own job. Establish value for yourself.
He didn't hit me that hard, though. He didn't hit me that hard.
Okay, so
I only knocked out once.
so one of the main.
I got right back up.
I don't.
And then my head hit the wall.
But
I don't know what to do with these two, y'all.
Okay, so look, so since we talking relationships and we just being grown up about it, but once sex enters or becomes that changes the entire game. Because here's the thing, and let's just be honest, right? Once the dude start hitting it, he done made claims. Mm-hmm. Once she start giving it up, she's going to expect certain things.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And listen, everything we saying, for the most part, is facts. But is any of this going to change? No. Because it's just a circle of life. Like, it's just how it's going to go. Like, once they start having sex, dudes, you know, we territorial. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Tearing it up.
Right. So once we start
I can't. Malachi.
All right, man, how you know me, man? How you
about to say that too.
How you know me? He said, man, dudes be 10.
Y'all pray.
So once we start, we gonna like, oh man, she mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. Or when she start giving it up, if he come over here, y'all see my body language. If he come over here and he be all up in this, he gonna give me some money.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just circle of life, man. That's just how it goes.
Yep.
You know.
Why do you think that is so?
It's been like that since probably like the beginning of time.
When Jesus was here.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
You know, I mean, like just like when the Lord put Jesus inside Mary, and she just told Joseph, like, hey, come on home, boy. I need you to find us a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? We about to, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to give birth. I'm gonna need you to be right here. And he ain't even had sex with her.
Where we going, Joseph? Maybe they say ain't got no more room in the end, baby. Hold on.
I want to share some statistics with you.
We just messed that whole thing up.
No. Because, you made a good point. When sex enters the equation, it changes the game. Mm-hmm. It changes the game totally.
Yeah.
It can... Let me read the statistics first, and then I'll say this. By the exact age of 20 years, by the exact age of 20 years, 77% of individuals have had sex and 75% have had sex before marriage. 75%
That's
of
everybody.
people before the age of 20 has had sex before marriage. You can get married at what? 21? 20?
I think so, 21.
It depends. Legally, if
18,
your parents
19,
sign you,
I
you can
guess.
get married before then. Okay? By the age of 44, 99% of Americans have had sex. 95 have had sex before marriage. By 44, everybody has had sex before marriage, with the exception of 5%.
That 1% though after 40.
Ain't that crazy? That is crazy.
That 1 percentile, man. I know they holding on to God's unchanging hand.
Good night, teeth.
This is terrible.
Can't do it.
Wait, I say. Wait on the Lord. Brother Drew.
This is not supposed to be a comedy show. This is what happens when you have a comedian on your show.
Deacon Gerald, you all right? Yeah, brother.
I got a refrigerator full of cucumbers. Just, you want a salad?
No,
you
my
want some
God.
cucumbers? Got a salad.
Listen,
Oh my goodness.
when sex enters the equation, it changes everything.
It'd be a shift in the atmosphere.
It changes everything.
It does,
and
though.
see, the woman then, her expectation becomes aggressive. Her expectation becomes aggressive, and a man's complacency becomes aggressive.
Yeah.
Because he can feel like I'm good doing what we doing.
Yeah.
We've been doing this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
But she is saying, I want more.
Right.
I need more. I expect you to do this. I expect you to do that. So when that starts to happen, it's a dangerous thing. You are going. The best thing to do is just withdraw.
Yeah, man. That's why you gotta hold off, man. You can't even just be out the gate. You have sex on the first night, man. Where do you go from there? There's nowhere else to go. I mean, there is, but
To the hotel is where they
but yeah, you gotta chill out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta chill out. You gotta get to know that person first, because a lot of times we don't be knowing these people and we allow them in our energy, in our bodies. You know what I'm saying?
in our bodies, and we don't know them. Okay,
don't even know the person
with everything that's going around now.
Man, it's so much, and a lot of people. A lot of these things be mentalities. It's spirits, it's energies that people carry and they walk with and they fighting through. So you let somebody get up in there.
Listen, let me hit some of these other points, because I got to draw these two back in. Okay, in a relationship, when no is not acceptable, for you to say no, or whenever you say no, your partner acts out or throws a fit. That's a problem. That can be a sign of a toxic relationship.
What if they just spoiled?
Because you spoiled them.
Yeah,
Right.
because you spoiled them.
Well, in a relationship, if they can't accept no, then there's a problem you need to look at concerning them, but you do have to self-evaluate and see why that is the case, of course. One of the worst things for a man or woman is to get a significant other that has been spoiled like a brat all their life, where they can't accept no. That's a whole grown person temper tantrum.
Yeah.
That person it has a greater probability of acting out in verbally or physically. When they can't get what they want.
Or emotional.
Yeah, and it all ties.
It does.
For them to act out in that way when they don't get what they want. And then they will probably be unfaithful.
Yeah.
Because when you don't give it to them, they're going to go find a yes person.
Yeah. And that's upbringing too, because I remember my dad would tell us no, and we just had to deal with it. He'd be like, "Nah," we'd be like, "Oh, okay." You just right.
Listen,
I'm like, "Dang, right. I thought it was a good idea, Father." No,
I heard no the majority of my life.
Yeah.
Hey, Daddy, can I
do
no?
too.
No,
Daddy, can I no?
you ain't doing that. Sit down somewhere. Yeah, but it's a part of life.
Yeah. Number 4. When a person, these are identifying signs of a toxic relationship, when a person will not take ownership or responsibility for their decisions, their behavior, and their attitude.
Ooh.
When they will not take responsibility. It's narcissistic behavior for them to always turn it on you for their behavior.
Come on.
Well, I wouldn't have cussed you out if you had just made the chicken at 4:00 instead of 5. I was hungry. You know my mood swings change when I'm hungry.
I was hungry at 4:15.
Okay.
That's the point.
So when they won't take accountability, we don't expect them to be perfect. Okay, nobody's perfect, but and then on the other hand, we've got to have a little bit of grace for certain things. Okay. However, a person should be mature enough to take responsibility for their behavior.
Is that like gaslighting?
Kinda. It can fall kind of in the lines of gaslighting. Kind of. It's a problem, I tell you that.
Right.
I'll say, so Miss Yvonne, Dan, you said, if we had sex, we together, that's it.
Oh. Okay, Miss Yvonne.
Miss Yvonne, the support rooms are Monday at 6, from 6 to 8. But that's what we think.
Yeah.
But when he go and have sex with somebody else, we're going to be like, I thought we were together.
I'm a comment.
Okay.
Toxic for sure.
I'm sorry.
Number 5. They keep a scoreboard on you. They won't let you out of things that have happened in the past. They constantly bring up your past in a way to control you and get their way. That's a problem. That is a problem. Oh, you bring a complaint that's right now irrelevant, and they tell you, well, in 2020 you did this. You said this about my mama. 2020. We done with the counseling and had discussions and everything about this. That's over and done with. Don't let anybody continue to hang you on the cross, okay?
Right. Number
6, you stop saying things because you just feel like it's just not even worth it anymore.
Gone.
They don't show you that they are capable of changing.
You're gone.
That's it. That's it.
You're done.
Yeah, you're gone.
It's time to check out. So this is what I want you guys to do. Evaluate the relationships you're in. Friendships, partnerships, relationships, whatever it is, romantic relationships, evaluate them. Make sure you are not indulging and supporting bad behavior that's causing you to be in a toxic situation, okay? As we say on the show all the time, you got to keep the main thing. And that is you, your mental, your spiritual, your psychological, all of you, 360 degrees. Until everything about you should bring you back to a good place. Okay? Every relationship has issues, right? Every relationship has problems. None are perfect, but work together with your partner. That's why it's a partner, a person that I've connected with to help me fulfill a purpose. That is your partner. Work together to make sure you guys are on the same page in the same path. And that way success is more reachable. Okay? Success is more reachable. You're not going to reach success in nothing if y'all are on 2 different wavelengths. It's just not going to happen. Okay? Any last closing remarks, partner, DC?
Yes. One thing we didn't touch, and just be careful of, we don't have time to go into it, but when your family is toxic, those are more situations that you probably can't get out of.
Yeah.
Because, it's not just boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, or business. It could be your family that could be toxic for you or to you or whatever like that. So be careful of that. Look out for that. As we always say, keep the main thing the main thing. The main thing is you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you are in a marriage and there are signs of a toxic relationship, I don't think we gave a recourse for this, but it is important if your mate, if you guys will partner together and go to therapy, go to counseling, go to couples therapy. There are great resources out here to help get you the tools you need, because sometimes all people need is to know a different way to do things. And so once you go and get that, that's going to be great and healthy for you. Sometimes you cannot always go to your pastor.
I know that's right.
You can't always go to your pastor because some of them don't have secular knowledge. Sometimes some of our mates are chemically imbalanced and they have mood swings that need to be treated with medication. And everything is not a matter of a demon. Some things are serious. They're medical issues. So sometimes you have to get secular counsel, but make sure your life is still governed by your relationship with God. Be wise and things like that. But it's okay to go and get spiritual and to also get secular counsel.
Can I say something on that?
Yeah.
People, stop telling people, listen, pastors, listen to me, spiritual leaders. When somebody comes to you and say they have an issue or a problem with so-and-so, whatever it may be, don't stop telling them, stop claiming that. That's not helping.
No.
That's not helping. Don't you claim that. Listen, if a person says,
acknowledgement, you got to acknowledge what it is.
I'm battling depression or whatever. Don't you claim that. That's not helping.
Yeah.
It's that.
It claim me.
That's trying to get free. Nobody.
So what is it?
You know what I'm saying? They're coming for help. I would rather you just start praying than tell them, don't claim that. It's when they came to you and said it, it's already claimed. It's there, it's happening, and it's now, and they need some help.
Yep. Let's get them the help they need.
Yep.
Closing remarks, Mal.
Man, know what type of time these people on before you lay up with them, man. You know what I'm saying? Before you get in these situations, relationships, you got to know what type of time people on. What do you want in life? Not just in this moment. What do you want out of life? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, guys, you heard it right here from the three of us right here on the Drop Zone. Listen, meet us over at the support room every single Monday, 6 o'clock. Come get your little food, and let's talk about a lot of these things that we have going on. They are really healthy, inspiring, and encouraging. So come on out. We'll be there from 6 to 8 over in Southfield. Go register at dlsecurity.org. Registration opens up on Sundays, and the actual event is every single Monday. Every Monday. Okay, seats are limited. That's why we only hold it open, registration open for a short time. Okay, we do have virtual seats as well. There's 2 flyers on the website, one for virtual, one for in-person. Click the one that pertains to you and come on out. Make sure you go over and visit the supportroom.org so you can learn a little bit more about our organization, what we do, and some of the people that sponsor us and help keep us afloat. Hey, if you need further care, we've got licensed psychologists and psychiatrists that we can get you over to as well. This time is out for denial. It's time to accept it, move on, get better. Okay? We love you guys as always. Thank you for tuning in to the Drop Zone. I'm your girl Felicia Shaw. This is Dave Wilborn.
Yeah.
And we've got Malachi Lee. Meet us right back here, same place, same time. And in the meanwhile, stay safe and keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing
is you.
It is you.
Thank you for listening to The Drop Zone with your host,
Felicia Shaw, CEO of the Support Room, and David Wilborn, CEO of DNL Security.
The Drop Zone was designed to help you gain knowledge about your safety and well-being as we inform and educate you about things concerning domestic violence.
Tune in again next week for another episode of
The Drop Zone.